Hello, my name is Eduardo Vaca, and I'm going to explain my software architecture project that it's a distributed database schema simulating an airline. This is the repo. I have already talked about this in a previous video, so I'm going to go straight forward to the creation of the distributed schema first. So here I'm inside a server, Oracle server from my school. So first I need to decide in which server I'm going to create a database of a continent. So I'm going to do export Oracle. I'm going to create it in QRO. So here I have to run my schema creations script. I pass my user, my password, the number of continent that I want. For example, one is for Europe, and the database. Okay, so this script is basically destroying the schema that was previously created and creating the whole schema again, loading everything. The data was previously loaded, was previously generated by a Python script. So here, that is the fragmentation for Europe only. Okay, so that tells us that it has finished. So if we go to SQL Developer, and if we go to QRO, which is the server and the database where I created, I can see that my tables were created. And for example, if I do select from city, I get the cities. Also, in that script, other things were created. For example, the database links. This is how the distributed databases work. So I have a database link to another database that it's in another server, and I can access it. For example, its tickets using the database link. These are the tickets from America, and I'm in Europe, so that's pretty useful, and it's very good for availability quality pattern. Also, I've created other procedures. These procedures are distributed transactions. Here they are. Another way of creating them is by putting the code directly in the text space. So here I have two examples of distributed transactions. This one changed the user email, and this one's delete a passenger. So why distributed transactions? Distributed transactions are very important to keep consistency of data between multiple databases in a distributed schema. So for example, if I do select passenger, let's make an example. Okay, so let's change the email of this Shelly Brown. Execute. What's the name of the procedure? Change user email. Change user email. I have to pass two parameters. The first one is the email that I want to change. Shelly.brown mail.com. Let's change that to example mail.com. Okay, so let's execute this procedure. It says it has finished. So if we run this query where email equals, let's try to find the one that we have already changed. Okay, no record was found. And if we search with this one, the one that we have already changed, it should return 1. There it is, Shelly Brown. So this is for Europe, from Europe. Let's check in Asia, in the Asia database, if it has already changed. Yes, there it is. So you can see that the transactions, distributed transactions are working pretty good. All right, let me check what other things. So now the data warehouse. We have to create the data warehouse in a separate instance, separate server or database. For example, here I have the Bases Avanzadas QRO. That's where Europe is located. And then we have data warehouse Airline. This is the instance where the data warehouse is going to be created. So I have already a script that creates the entire schema for the data warehouse. We just need to change the Oracle SID to point to that instance of the data warehouse that is going to be located. Data warehouse creation, and then we pass the username and password. Okay, so this script is destroying the previous schema of the data warehouse and is creating the new one. Okay, so it finished. We update, and we can see that we have dimension time, dimension destiny, and destiny tickets, which is my fact table. So a very important thing of the data warehouse is that I have materialized views. These views are connected to the continents via database links, as you can see. And these views basically get the data from those links, and we have them locally in this new instance. This is very important for availability. So getting back to the data warehouse tables, as I said before, now, okay, so I created the whole schema, but now we have to populate it. We could use another script for populating, or another way is just putting the code from the script in the tool from Oracle and executing the script. Okay, so it created the procedures and now it's executing them. Let's finish until it, okay, it had finished. And we go to the tables and we can see that they are populated now. Yes, this is my dimensions table for Destiny. It has everything I need to know from a Destiny. From time, which is days of 2 years, that I have tickets from those 2 years, and the Destiny tickets. This is very important. This is the fact table. You can see just a bunch of numbers, but we can, these numbers, it is very easy to get very important data for the business. Let's do an example. So for example, to answer this type of questions, like which was the most visited destiny in the year, or how much money was gained per destiny, or which continent sold more tickets. Yes, we could do very simple queries. For example, this one, for obtaining the city that the destiny that was more visited. We have that is Hamburg, then is Mumbai, Stockholm, Rome. So you can see the query is very easy, very simple, and you can get very important information, very rich information. Another example is incomes of city, like how much money does a destination obtain. Okay, we have that Hamburg had $354,000 as a destination it gained. Another one, for example, this query. This query represents how much tickets were sold per continent. You can see that Europe has 3,400, America, Asia, and Oceania. And lastly, how much money was gained per continent. This is going to be a big number. We get that, so as you can see, we have very important information very easily with very simple queries, because this cube is dedicated for the Destiny tickets. And that's it. Thank you very much.